Hey guys, it's Aubrey Jo and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do this colorful rainbow rosette cake with a slight diagonal pattern to it. And today, just a forewarning, I will not be showing you how I filled and stacked my cake. I've done it a million times on this channel, but that's not the real reason. The real reason is that I did it very late at night for an order the next day, and I just didn't feel like filming it. But you guys have seen a million of those, and you can see it on my channel and any other cake I've done before this. So here I have my stacked and frosted cake, and I just crumb coated it. These are all the colors I'm going to be using. I needed 6 tips for this cake, which is crazy, but because it's a diagonal pattern, I needed all 6 at once. So I had to dye 6 colors at once and fill 6 piping bags with 6 1M tips. So first here I'm just going to be starting out with pink, and the first row on the bottom is pretty standard. I'm just going to be going in a pattern, going all the way around with each color one by one. So I'm just going to finish up this first row, and then when I'm done with this blue one right here, I will take the pink again, and this is where we'll start to do our slight diagonal pattern. So you're going to take the pink and you're going to go above the pink and then slightly to the right, and that will give you your slight diagonal pattern. And you will just do that with all of the colors as you go around the cake. So see how the pink is slightly to the right, and now the purple will be up and slightly to the right of the last purple, and it'll just keep going with every color. And then when you do the next row, you'll start with pink again and again go, slightly to the right, and it'll give you that slight diagonal pattern. And it's a really great technique to use on these rainbow cakes. It just gives it a little bit more dimension, and it's really pretty, really rounds out the cake. Instead of it looking so stacked, the diagonal just really makes it look a lot prettier. And so I'll just keep going until I get all the way to the top of the cake. By the way, that green little tail that's sticking out on that one that you can see now, I left that there because once it crusts, it'll actually be a lot easier for me to pick it off. When it's still pretty wet, it'll just make a mess and mess up the rosette a little bit, and so that is why I still have that hanging on, and later I will pick it off and it'll keep the rosette pretty and then just get rid of the tail. So now as I start to go onto the top of the cake, bear with me here, by the way, because I start to do my rosettes on the top while I'm filming at this angle, and then I decide smartly that I need to put you up high so you can actually see what I'm doing. So it'll switch very abruptly. But I will start out trying to keep the pattern on top of the cake, but the circumference is just way different on top, of course, than it is around the cake, and so the pattern will not hold. It'll just hold for the first couple, and then as you can see here, as I start doing the orange, it's fully on the green, and so it does kind of lose its pattern up here, but that doesn't bother me because as you get to the top, I think it's nicer to actually just have look like it has a bouquet of assorted flowers, and it's just really difficult unless you change tips into a much smaller tip to try to keep that pattern. But nonetheless, I will just fill it in, and I will start using random colors to fill in spaces that need one color more than the other, and it just ends up looking like a very beautiful bouquet of flowers on top. This cake also made me very aware of the fact that my tripod is too short to show the top of cakes, obviously, that are kind of tall. Usually I will use my phone, but I just, for some reason, who knows what, didn't think of it while I was filming, and so I just put the camera on the tripod as high as it could go. And I really do wish I would have been able to get a complete aerial view right on top so that you guys could see the top, but you will see it in pictures, so don't worry. But next time I will do that, don't worry. So as you can see, now the cake is sitting here, each color has like a diagonal pattern. It goes slightly to the right, and it just adds a lot of dimension. I think it's really pretty. It's one of my favorite things to do with rosette cakes that have a lot of different colors in them. And then now I'm just spritzing on some disco dust, edible disco dust, just to give it a little bit of shimmer. And now I'm just trying to decide which part I want to be my front, which is one of the hardest jobs I feel of a cake decorator, is trying to figure out where your best side is. And this was a My Little Pony themed cake, so I have these little ponies that I'm going to put on top just to finish it off. So that is the finished product. Don't mind my subpar videography skills here. I am not the most smooth with holding my camera. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and try out this cake. I mean, rosette cakes are one of the most simple, and this one looks really beautiful, but it's just not that hard to do, and I think you can see that from this video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.